Have I contrasting again? And guys, I'm back. Sorry for like how long I think it's been like roughly 2 or 3 weeks. I have not done a video. Yeah, sorry guys. Sorry about that, guys. I have not done a video for a long time. Now, of course, I did do a video about telling you the reason why I didn't do a video for a while. If you've not watched it, go watch it. It's the video that just before this video, before I did this video, which technically is like I did that on last week. I did it last week on Thursday, if I remember correct, when I did a video. So, and now it's remember correct. Right now it's 11:57, so technically still Thursday this week. Yep, it's last week Thursday. But now it's technically in 3 minutes time it's gonna be Friday. Yeah, I'm doing it late again, as usual. Yep, anyway guys, if you want to check out the video, because there's a bit of comedy involved in that as well, which I'm actually glad I had that bit of comedy into that, but basically the video sort of literally, not in detail, but tells you a teeny bit of reason why I have not done a video for a while, and that should really be enough the reason why. But anyway, to apologise to you guys, basically I'm going to do a new anime review. Of course, it's not going to be the ordinary anime review I usually do for on my channel, you know, like episode by episode anime reviews I did with I'm going to catch back up with the series I unfortunately missed, because like I said, I had not had to like miss quite a few of the episodes and review them because of the play I was doing for last Thursday, Friday and Monday. But now I'm back, so I'm gonna do my videos again. I'm trying to catch myself back up where I left off from previous episodes so I can go back to reviewing episodes that come back next, basically tomorrow and the rest of the weeks until they're done, and new ones as well. But anyway, guys, anyway, let's get into the main purpose of this episode, of this review I'm gonna do. Yeah, of this video I'm gonna do. Now, this, guys, is gonna be a full anime review to the anime series that I personally enjoyed. I personally enjoyed when I've been watching anime for my entire lifetime. And guys, this is one of the few animes I've watched when I first started watching anime. Yes, this is going to be a review I'm going to talk about. I have watched like repeatedly because I enjoyed it, and it's also a series that was one of the first ever series I ever watched. Before you get to it, oh crap, that means it's going to be an ecchi anime and go a freaking review. Before you think that, no, it's not going to be an ecchi anime. So basically, as you can tell, that means it must be one of the later first animes I ever watched. Based animes that I'm going to review. And this time, so basically, and it's going to be on the romance genre. So that's going to show you what more likely is going to go. But of course, the title gave away. But the anime I'm going to review today is the anime series Clannad and Clannad After Story, or Clannad Season 2. Yes, guys, I'm going to do a full anime review to Clannad. Let's get into it, guys. Now, the story, guys. The story is about a guy called Tomoya Okazaki, who is a delinquent in high school. Yep, he's a delinquent. Now, one day when he's going basically to school, walking across the mountainside how to get to his school, his life and tells us a story of what has been going on with his life. Now, he's been having a crappy life because his father is not a good father. He's drunk. His mother died, and his father gets drunk all the time. And his right shoulder. He had a fight with his father, and he gave him a physical soldier, which he can't do. And he used to be part of the basketball team back in middle school. So, but ever since he's got that injury, he couldn't do basketball anymore, which is a bit of a shame. And through and ever since his mother died, he'd been going through a terrible life. But one day, when he was walking up the hill / mountain, to his school, he runs into a girl called Nagisa Furukawa. Nagisa Furukawa, or Nagisa if you want to go for the Japanese way of saying it, because in the English dub, they actually mispronounce her name. They say Nagisa when it's actually Nagisa, but as I watched it dub, of course, because all of my first animes I watched were English dub, so of course I'm used to calling her Nagisa. So Nagisa, he runs into a timid girl called Nagisa, and through that, and he starts, and we find out that Nagisa's a bit of a shy person. She's not as confident to herself. Now, he was planning maybe to ignore when he was walking up here, but then he had a strange feeling that he should tell her and convince her to go up to school, because we find out she had, in the series, that she has a very weak body. She has a weak body. She basically can't, she's one of the characters who, if she gets sick, she more likely would die from the sickness. Even though it might be average cold, her body's that weak, she could easily die from a cold. Which when I found that out, God, that is. So yeah, she has unfortunately a bit of a disorder, but because of that, she had to repeat her final year in high school. Yeah, she's a repeater. She's actually older than Tomoya. She's actually older than Tomoya. So that means, and of course, when she was ill, she ended up having to miss school for loads of months. Because of that, she had to repeat a year. And through that it made her to worry to go to school and stuff, because she wouldn't recognize anybody from her previous classes and stuff, because all of her old friends graduated and stuff, so she felt a bit nervous to going up to school. But Tomoya convinced her to go up, and since then they started to hang around each other, and and that's how the story starts off with the romance between Tomoya and Nagisa. Now, guys, the story and the way this anime goes is a very good series, guys. Between the romance between Nagisa and Tomoya, oh my god, it's so cute, so freaking heartwarming, and the drama they have to go into, fucking hell, cuts you to the heart. And this is actually the first ever romantic drama I ever watched, guys. And that show, and as you guys, I told you before, I'm a sucker to anything to revolve around romance, and that's including real life TV. I always felt like real life TV. And when it comes to death scenes, of course, this series have death scenes, guys. I have to tell you that. A bit of a spoiler, but yes, this series has death scenes in it. But dramatic death scenes what put you to the heart, to the core. Now, you only see those death scenes in season 2, Cloud Knight After Story. Now, there's not many deaths. I think there's only like. I'm just telling you guys. I don't know if you actually do see it, but that's basically the point. But when it goes into any of the scenes, any of its freaking scenes, you can feel your heart start to beat. Your heart starts to raise up in high speed rates, because the atmosphere, the animation, guys, and the feels you get between every single, you feel like you could cry at every single second you see in this series, included in the fucking comedy section. Its comedy is good as well, but man, it's so good to make you cry. Oh my fucking, because this series is a very dramatic series. Now, this series is based on a visual novel, an 18 visual novel to be exact. So yes, as I said, like I do with my Fate Stay Night stuff, yes, Clannad is a its visual novel does have sex scenes. I'm just telling you guys that. But but ignoring the element, if you don't like. Now, this anime doesn't contain it. So I'm glad it does. But if you want to actually find more of the story, but more of the dramatic, I also go to the visual novel at the same time. But the anime is also good to go to as well, because God damn. Now, I have not fully finished the novel. I actually need to re-download it because unfortunately it got deleted somehow and I didn't get a chance to finish it at all. Which I'm upset about because, oh my god, what I was going into was awesome and really got to my heart. Like, really got to my heart. Now, to the anime. The anime, guys, is just gorgeous. Gorgeous. If you have no idea what... And guys, if you have not heard of the company Key, they are the company that created both Clannad, Kanen 2006, and Air. Also known as the Three Holy Trinity anime. And Clannad is one of them. And the series just proves why this anime is part of the Holy Trinity of anime, because the romance, the drama in this series, guys, is just impacting to your heart. It makes you want to cry every time you see every single scene. Now, of course, I mean, you can cry at every single scene. I don't see as a meaning that everybody can cry from every scene. I'm talking about it's possible to make you cry at every single scene for different types of people. Basically, the comedy scenes, people who can easily get cried over comedy scenes, they can easily get cried through that. But of course, I don't get cried that much often when it comes to comedy scenes. Of course, they didn't make me cry. But I can see how those comedy scenes can make someone cry if they can easily cry even through comedy scenes. Because Clannad, guys, is a good series. Now, I do have to say about genre tickets, I will never classify this in a harem series. Like, I can't classify the anime as a harem. How the fuck is it a harem? Well, I could see the visual novel as a harem, but the anime, I cannot see it as a harem. Because it's just too focused on Nagisa and Tomoya. Of course, it does show elements that the other girls did like Tomoya. The other girls, like... I'm trying to remember all of them. It's been a long time. We got Ho. Yeah, Ho. She's one of the twin sisters, who's the youngest out of the twin sisters, if I remember correct. Who likes Fortune Terror. So Ho and Tomoyo. Yeah, not Tomoya, but Tomoyo. Yeah. Name's a bit confusing, but you're getting used to it, and you understand. And once you get used to names, you can tell the difference between their names and stuff. But Tomoyo, who's a junior of the school, yep, one of the younger ones, and also I'm trying to remember one of the twin sisters' name, the other twin sister name. I think. Trying to remember. Oh man, it's been a long time, so remembering every single name is hard. Like, man. Well, never mind. I can't remember her name, but there's also other female characters I can't fully remember, but they all, I can see the elements between them, how they can fall over Tomoya and stuff, and everyone. But, and of course, this series does actually, even though I don't really classify it as a harem series, it actually does bring off episodes. It actually brought out OVA episodes to an alternate universe if Tomoya decides to go out with the other girls. Well, Tomoyo and one of the twin sisters. It actually had gone to those OVAs. I'm actually surprised they did. I actually didn't know they actually did that. I know that when I was supposed to watch it, like, I actually didn't know it was a harem series. Like, literally, because back then I didn't check out genres or anything. I only checked what I was looking for, and when I found, I decided to watch it. But I was actually surprised. I was actually, okay, alternate dimension. I automatically did class. Oh, alternate universe. If he chose someone else. But back then I didn't know what harem was until now I know what harem is. Like, oh, now when I think about back to it, like, oh, so Clannad was a harem series all along. That's what I thought in my head. And when I checked the visual novel, yep, it's a harem series, which it means you can actually possibly date any of the other girls easily. But in my perspective of the series, I can't classify as kind of as a proper harem series because it doesn't feel like a harem. It just feels like that Tomoya should only, not just by law, but in the story itself and all the characters, that he should only have one girl that likes him. And yes, I believe that was always Nagisa all this fucking time. And that's why I feel like this series is just a normal, full-blown dramatic and romantic series between two characters all this time. That's what I always believed in. I never seen this as a harem series at all, because that shows you how good the romance is, because usually a lot when it comes to harem series, they make you like want to judge which harem he wants to go to. But this series, no, it does not do that. It makes you always know that, yes, this is the character. This the main female character. The main female character. You know who's gonna end up with Tomoya. This is the female character you know you want him to be with. That's how this series works. Like I said, a lot of other harem series, even though you know this female character is more likely going to be the one he's going to end up with, but you feel like that this other girl should deserve him in some way in your mind. But this series, it does not do that. It makes you feel like, yes, the main girl should be with him. She should be with him, and I'm glad they made me do that, because the other harem series I've watched, like, oh my fucking gosh, I prefer, like, I'm trying to judge which girl it could be good with. Now, I'm always biased, of course, like I said, but always with the main female character. I'm always like that. I'm biased. I always choose a girl who is the main female character. But there have been times I feel like maybe could go with them. And actually, there have been an anime series I have watched. There was actually a female character I did not expect the male character to go out with. Yes, there has been one. And it's to a girl that I didn't know it was actually the main love interest who's going to end up being with. And I thought the other girl who I recognized as the main female character he was going to be with, and I didn't know who was actually going to end up with it. I actually accepted that. But Clannad was a whole different story. As the first one I ever watched and re-watched it and stuff, this series, guys, is just just so heartwarming, heartbreaking, romantic, dramatic, sad, happy, all the things you can feel like it when it comes to dramatic and romantic series. This is a good one to go to, guys. If you never got into romantic, dramatic anime series, or even anime in general, go to Clannad. First off, I don't recommend. Even though I said if you never watched anime before, go right ahead to Clannad. I actually have to rephrase that. Or go into Clannad when you watch a teeny bit of anime. When you watch a teeny bit of anime, then you can go to Clannad. It means you just need to see a little bit of it until you know what it is about. Then you could go to Clannad and stuff like that. But I do recommend not full-blown people who have not watched anime before to not watch Clannad yet, because this series is just so dramatic and you won't fully understand. If you never watched anime before, you won't understand how you can see the characters as who they are and personalities, which you mostly focus on how they look. Because trust me, that's what helped me first, because that's what got me to like anime, because of how they looked at first. Yeah. And I was like 7, so I was in year 7. I was like 12 years old, so that shows you I was most focused on the looks of the characters and stuff. Yeah. But now it's all different. And Clannad is just one of those series that got me seriously into anime and got me to other genres, especially romance genres, which I'm surprised I've enjoyed and may become my favourite anime genre and series. Now, and mostly that's, and And basically the main story is just that Tamura runs into Nagisa, and they end up, and they start their high school lives, and even after high school, because Climate Off story tells the story of them as a couple outside of school, which hardly any series does, because a lot of other series leave the coupling, like they will come to couple near the end, at the end, like 2 episodes, or maybe at the end of the episode, or end of the episode of a series. They usually leave up that. But Klein is a lot different. He did not do that. He did not end off the series with them starting as a couple. End off the series with them as a couple formed before the end of the series. And I'm glad I did. And also it told us the story of their coupling. Because not many other series do that. They don't do that to make sure we see how their love blooms in the series. And Planet Earth Story has done that for me, and I cried and I cried and cried a lot. Now, in personal merits between the two series, Planet of the Story, of course, is better than Clannad, original Clannad, because I have seen a lot of people prefer season 2, and I can see why, and reason, because I prefer season 2 as well, between season 1 of Clannad, because of how many problems actually season 1 had, but season 2 fixed them, which I'm glad it did. But yes, the series, guys, is good. Now, that's mostly between the series and the story. Now, the animation, guys, the animation and art style, gorgeous. Gorgeous. Even for its time. Like, it's in the early 2000s, guys. Like 2005, around then. This series came out around that time period. Like, I don't remember it started around 2005, 2006. That's when this series started. That shows you how fucking old this series is. Like, early 2000s. The early 2000s. Like middle and early 2000s of the year of the 21st century, and that just shows you how the series. And I did say it's still in par to the animation we have today. That shows that shows you how good the animation quality is in this series, and how back in those days how high of a budget the series was on. For the series is back then, because like I said, this is an old series, and like, of course, I mean, animation back then was going to be more old, like, not as great as it is now. If you have seen Attack on Titan or Fate Stay Night, Mr. Blade Works, you have seen those series, you definitely know how good the animation was in those series. But of course, if you have seen like old anime like Fruit Basket, I have to admit, I have not watched Fruit Basket, but that's one of the series you could go watch. Or listen, like the old Fate Stay Night, 2006 Fate Stay Night, or let's see, I'm trying to think of other ones. Oh yeah, Gummin. If you watch Gummin, I have not watched Gummin yet as either. But anyway, series like those, Clannad, for its time, it had a high budget of animation that was in with it, and I'm glad. And now the animation is, of course, a bit more easy to do now in our day and age of animation quality, but it's in par with our anime we have today. It could still be watched by future generations of anime fans because it's just that good of a series. You won't feel displeased, because you know, I do get a bit disappointed when it comes to animation art style, and if it's old, I usually don't watch old series. I never really watched old series from when I first started watching anime. But series like Clannad can make you maybe bend that way of thinking of you at some point, because it just, the series itself is just so dramatic, so heartwarming, and the animation quality makes you feel like you have no idea this was actually made in the year 2005 and 6. You will never realize it is. Yes. Now let's go into voice acting. The voice acting, guys. Now, I have, unfortunately, never watched the Japanese version of Clannad. I only watched it in English dubbed. But I have seen scenes in its Japanese form, and also in the visual novel, they kept their original voice actors for nearly all the characters except for the main character, who we unfortunately know doesn't have a voice actor in the visual novel, because you end up being the character. And you type your name in. You don't type in Tomoe. You can play as yourself, which I'm actually surprised about in the visual novel, who actually has voice acting. But I regret about that. But yeah, basically that's the only character you don't see with a voice actor in the visual novel. Is the main character. But that because it's you, so you should not really have a voice actor for that. But the voice actor in the English dub, guys, is good. And when I heard from the Japanese Japanese voice actors from the Pacific scenes I saw, they're good as well. And yeah. Now the series is just a good story arc. Voice acting is very good, and for its time very good. And like I said, the voice acting, it's one of the best voice acting series you ever get a chance to see in English dubbed anime, because hardly in any other anime series you see English dubbed actors not as great. But Clannad is one of the exceptions that always have very good voice acting. Now all of its characters, very good voice acting, very good voice acting. Props to the voice actors, both English sub and Japanese subs. Very, very good voice acting. Thank you. Now, I actually had to point out the bad section, because I feel like I actually do need to bring out the bad sides of it sometime as well, because now as I'm properly getting into reviews now, I need to get into the bad. I'm trying to get more into there when I'm trying to get into 8th degree tutor and bring out the bad points in the series. Now, the bad points you can see in the series, not just for me, but also for other people's point of view, which I just don't. Okay, it's not much a good deal. I could say, and I can see why people hate it, but I don't feel like I could hate it. But I have to bring them up as well. First thing that I actually don't give a fuck if it's like this, but there are people that do give a fuck about it, is that the plot is very slow. Now, like I said, I don't give a damn it's slow. I prefer slow plots. Of course, I feel like this intention, like, it could wish it goes faster, but I prefer it being slow because I want to feel those intentions. But other people don't like slow plots. They don't like the story going very slow. They want to go at least a decent speed rate. Which, like I said, I can see why, because it makes more sense to go that way, because you can if you want to watch anime before you have to go to school, go to college, or go to work, or anything you have to go to, but you want to watch a specific series, you want to watch it at a fast pace. But Clannad's not like that. It's a very slow pace. But one good thing about it is being a slow pace, it develops the characters, the personality, and again, the story more effectively like that. Very effectively. But that's one bad point I have to say about the series, that for other people, not for me, but for other people, that it's a slow plot. It's a slow one, so if you're not a big fan of slow ones, skip the series because it's a very slow. But if you don't like it, if you're alright with slow plots, then okay, go and watch it. And if you're brave enough to go to the visual novel, go to the visual novel as well. Now, next bad thing I had to bring out is that the drama in it. The drama, like I said, it's a good fucking drama. Very fucking good. But too good for its own good. Like, too good for its own good. Because its dramatic side of it make you cry so much. Like, you can you can unfortunately classify as over dramatic. This is over dramatic. The series is over dramatic, which I feel like in quite a few other series that is actually a bad thing to have. A series that's over dramatic. If you don't like over dramatic series, Clara maybe not best because it is very over dramatic. It makes you cry goddamn a lot. And finally, the other bad thing I could think of is that I actually try to remember. I need to bring out one more bad thing about it, and I think the other bad thing is that the story to the other world, because we thought Clannad doesn't just focus on one world, guys. It doesn't just focus on one world. It focuses on two worlds. Two worlds, guys. Not just one, but two worlds. Two worlds. It does focus on both those worlds. But for the second world, not the main world, but the second world, there's not. They do bring it up time to time, but the story behind it is not always that clear. Not that clear. And I actually have to say that's might be my only point of it that I feel like could be bad for the series. That is, that's part of the story. The second world is not fully cleared up. The visual novel when I saw for it, what I've seen, it showed more the other world more better. That even though I've not fully done it, fully finished it and stuff. The visual novel did show more better for the other world than the anime did. But I digress. But I said, okay, that's something I could still be alright with, but it did sort of annoy me a bit because I couldn't understand what the other world was about. But that's it, really. And yeah, so all the bad things I need to say about the series. But overall, guys, this series, Clannad and Clannad After Story, is a very, very good series. I fully recommend for people to watch it. I fully recommend it. And also, guys, if you're planning maybe to watch it, if I'm going to rate this series, I'm going to rate this, like, if you want to buy it or watching stuff and stuff like that, I'm recommending you guys to buy it. I recommend you buy the series because like, when I get the money, I'm planning to freaking buy Clannad and fucking Clannad After Story when I see it in stores, in HMV, because it's a fucking good series. Fucking good series. Fucking good series. But yeah, now while I rate it out of 10, guys, I'm gonna give Clannad After Story a 9.5 out of 10. You might feel like, oh, why do you not put 10 out of 10 when you felt like it's a good series? I'm trying to be fucking serious here, guys. I'm trying to be serious here when it comes to my reviews. So I can't fully put my ratings as a fanboy. I can't do it as a fanboy. I'm doing this actually as a professional reviewer. I'm doing that. I'm doing it as a proper reviewer. But yet again, I also put a bit of my fan into it, but who should not do that because it's part of rating. You have to put what you liked in it, but yet again, you also have to recognize the problems between the series. But my points of view, Clannad is a good series, but for other people it might not be, but only like a small percentage of people who might not like it. But that's why I'm giving this Clannad and Clannad After Story a 9.5 out of 10. A 9.5 out of 10. So guys, that is my full-length review for Clannad and Clannad After Story. And you guys can tell, this review was long. Sorry, but this is the best I can do to unfortunately miss reviews. I didn't get a chance to do that all, guys. And this is what I'm going to pick with a long video of me talking and reviewing a specific anime I feel like you guys can enjoy and decide to watch. Because out of the series, there is 24 episodes in both Season 1 and season 2. I remember like, oh no, 25 in season 1. 25 in season 1. And two episodes at the end of the series. The last 2 episodes of both season 1 and season 2. There are OVA episodes of specific stories you didn't chance to fully see. But you can just skip those because you don't really need to watch them, but you can watch them if you want to. But overall, 24 and 25 episodes in both season 1 and season 2. And plus, it also has a movie. This series also has a movie. If you want to check the movie out, go right ahead. It's a good movie. Go and watch Clannad the movie. Very good as well. And yes, that's my review for Clannad and Clannad Story. Hope you guys like it. Become Giant fans today. If you guys want some fan mail, give me a description below. My address is there, and yeah. Hope you guys like it. Comment, like, and subscribe, and see you guys later. Bye, guys!